Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode on the Yamaha R1 build. So in the last video we managed to get the engine in the bike and we started building up and getting some of the other components back onto the bike. So in this episode we're going to continue with that, and what we're also going to look at is some of the fancy paintwork that we've managed to get done on the fairings. So with that being said, we should get started on it and recap back where we were on the last episode with continuing to build the bike back up.
Nip these up really gently. We've got a nice new air filter to go in. Pop that in. Sits in place like that. Check we haven't got any debris in there. Then we just pop the top of the airbox on, got the screws to go in, just pop a bit of grease on them. So I've just refitted the sprocket guard here, so you've got the 3 Allen key bolts to hold that in. I've also done the gear link, and then you've got there's a coolant hose in there. There's 2 hoses, 2 cables, one for the stand and then one for another sensor underneath, and then you've also got a fuel breather pipe there, which I've just got to tuck into here. I'm going to do that like that, and then I can pop the tank on. So I've just put the 2 electrical connectors on there, then got a push fit connector there. Then got a fuel line here.
What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
Rest the tank there for the minute.
Dangerous times don't fly too high.
So we've now managed to get the tank on and roughly in place. I've got the bolt down here in and the bolt up the top here, but we need to get some new bolts for the sides here, because the ones we've got don't fit properly. They should have a little sort of sleeve that pushes through and holds them central, tightens that up. So now that we've done that, what we do next is we'll bring the bike up and we'll put the exhaust headers on and the section that comes up through the back of the frame. So we'll get on with that now.
Little ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world and flying. Get on board. We're smiling on top of the world.
That's it. So that's all on now. So just going to do up the bolt at the back here. Just pop this section on that goes up to the rear silencers as well. So I'll just put that on and in place. So I've just done that bolt up there, and then the clamp up in here, and then there's another bolt a bit further up which I've just done. So what I'm going to do is, as you can see here, the forks themselves over the years of being cleaned, it looks like somebody's previously cleaned them with some form of acid or something like that, so it's left them quite sort of dull and marked. So I've got these carbon sort of wraparound fork guards that you can get for motocross bikes. They just protect the front forks from stones and bits and pieces like that, so I just need to trim them down slightly and then get them into here. So firstly what I'm going to do is just just measure here, and then I can mark that out on here. I can then put a bit of masking tape or something like that round to give me a nice cut line. I can cut them round, and then the way they fit on is they just use sort of, as you can see there, they just slide on and then they just hold themselves tight. So we'll mark that up and then cut those. Just going to go from the bottom of here to, so that's 194. Just find myself some masking tape. So I've just marked that up. That's given me a nice cut line here that I can then use, and I can just work my way round with a pair of snips, just cutting my way through that. So I'll grab those and do that now. So what I've done is I've just trimmed my way around the top here, and then what I did find is that the tin snips were getting caught. That's what I used to cut them. So I cut a bit and then I cut down just to relieve that piece that I don't need anymore, and then I've just taken a file just to the top there just to clean off the edges. So I now should just be able to get the masking tape back off, pop that there, and then just unfold those and just slide them up into there like that. And as I say, they hold themselves in place. I mean, what I might do, I might pop a cable tie right up the top just to hold them that little bit more, but it should be okay. But I might just do that, just stop them rattling about or anything. I think that also hides any sort of imperfections as well, if there are any. And then just, I need a bit of a clean, but yeah, generally they're all good. Right, we should do the same with the other one. So take that out of the packaging. I'll cut the next one. Snap that round into place. About the same height. Just get those to match up a bit. That lot up there. Right. There you go, as you can see. Just pop those on there and just tidy it up a little bit. Just protect the forks as well. What I also have got here as well is as you can see, the top yoke is a bit sort of dirty and worn and stuff. It did have an old sort of carbon fibre sticker on there, so I've just taken that off and I'm going to replace that for another one. So I've just given it all a clean, and I've got the other one ready to replace. I've just got one here, so I'm going to pop that on now. So as you can see, I've just popped that on there now, which has tidied it up a lot more, looks a lot smarter. So what we've done now is we've just tucked some of the wiring through that goes through between the forks and the frame. Just laid that out. We've given all of the plugs a good clean, and then we've just plugged all of those in and just loosely put them in place roughly where they go. What we're going to look at doing next, just going to swap the oil filter over. So I've just got a pan down here. We'll just swap that over, and then what we may look at doing is starting to build up some more of the front here, so that then we can work out where the wiring runs up from the front here down into under here before we put the rad on. So we can get on with that. So now it's time to start unboxing and unwrapping the panels that I've had painted. I'm really excited for this bit. It's been a long time coming, so we'll check them out, have a look, see what they look like, and then we can look at, hopefully, getting these on the bike. So I'm just going to take out the nose cone first. So as you can see, we've had the graphics all lacquered over as well. So what we'll do now is we'll look at getting this with the headlights in, the screen and bits and pieces and all that lot in, built up, and then we can stick that onto the front of the bike. But that looks really, really smart. Perfect. So I've just popped the screen in. As you can see, you just got the 3 bolts up each side. So just pop those in. Can be a bit of a fiddle to get it all lined up and in, and I've just done them up lightly, giving it a quick wipe off. Then we'll look at putting the headlight assembly and the clocks and all that front piece that holds it on in place. So we'll get on with that now. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed watching it and you found it useful. On the next video, what we're going to look at doing is continuing to build the bike up, and hopefully we can look at getting it started. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.